Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. The SEC case against Ripple Labs for XRP crypto sale, a bit of a double standard. One of the latest articles that has come out, so this just came out yesterday, talks about, in regards to, obviously, what has been going on, the congressional hearing that occurred, on top of the 2.5 trillion crypto blockchain, in regards to the entire industry, a more complete picture of what is happening and the implications of it is starting to come out, and a lot of people are starting to talk. They've had enough. And this is good. This is good. It will likely determine how much regulation there will be over the burgeoning crypto industry. At least so far, the SEC is demonstrating why it should be nowhere near policing something reasonably described as the next internet. And I could not agree more. When it comes to this topic, I could not agree more. I think the SEC needs to be far, far away from this industry. And this isn't just for XRP. This is for the entire industry as a whole. When they start going after Ethereum next, and stable coins and DeFi and staking, and if you think that this is just the beginning, or if you think that this is the end of where the SEC's problem with cryptocurrency is, you are very, very mistaken. There's so much at stake, so much, that I would like to see SEC far away from the entire crypto industry. And the quicker America can get this done, the better it will be for the entire industry. Now, a new body to look after crypto, something else needs to happen. I'd love to know in the comments what you think in regards to that topic. Now, XRP creator Chris Larsen proposes a strategy to incentivize Bitcoin miners to move away from proof of work. This is interesting. The XRP inventor and Ripple executive chair Chris Larsen has unveiled a plan to entice miners of the flagship cryptocurrency to migrate to a more eco-friendly consensus algorithm such as proof of stake. A greener Bitcoin, essentially. It's interesting that, these type of things come out, but what do you think, like in regards to, what Bitcoin needs to do to remain relevant in the future? Do you think it needs to do anything to remain relevant in the future? And as we are approaching the middle of the final month of 2021, where do you see Bitcoin next year, the year after? Like, do you think that there will come a day where Bitcoin will be no longer number one? Which I know is a very controversial topic, but I'm in the mood for some controversy. Let me know what you think. Now, Ripple price, the consolidation, it's in a tight range at the moment. And is it getting ready for a big move? Of course, we're going to unpack this, talk about it, figure out where are we going from here. It's really, really cool when we start to analyze the charts and start to look at, what are some of the potentials of where we go to from here. But there are some key support levels at 75 cents and 70 cents, and there's some key resistance levels at 89 and $1, and we'll unpack those. Remember that, as we wrap up the week, was it the week that we were all expecting? No, it was not. Far from it. Hard to imagine how quickly a week goes and just how much can happen in a week, but it was definitely not the week that we were expecting. Far from it. But remember that XRP versus Bitcoin on the monthly, like the consolidation phase it's been so long. It really, really has been so long. And when it does pop, it is going to be phenomenal. Now, time in the market will always beat timing the market. And look at this, right? So December 2014, XRP was there. December 2017, XRP was there. And then when you look at 2021, XRP is there. Now, why is it relevant, right? When you look at from a longevity point of view, some of you ask in the comments, right? Should I be holding for a year? Should I be holding for 2 years? Should I be holding for 5 years? Well, it's been around since 2014 and it hasn't left the top 10 in that time frame. That gives you a perspective around how long it's been and how long it will continue to be here. And it will continue to be here for a very, very long time. And again, that's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but the partnerships, on-demand liquidity, all the work that is happening behind the scenes, it does really have a bright future ahead of it. Now, what are we looking at from a monthly perspective? Well, I don't know about you, but when we do start to move, it's going to be very, very fast. And this year will take us all the way to that $13 to $16 range. So that's just that. Then breaking above that and consolidating above that, then we start to go into a territory that we've never been before. So I'm going to enjoy this so much. So much. And I know that it's patience, but that patience will be rewarded, because when we look at this channel that we're in right now and the next phase that comes next, what comes next, it's going to be really, really fascinating. If you look on the left-hand side, you can see that where it, the last time that it dipped pretty hard on the left-hand side, and then it went on a monster run, and that's what we are patiently waiting for. We're waiting for that run to come. Now, when we discuss the potential, the future, like, it's hard at the moment when the industry is sitting at 2.5 trillion to think about what does that look like compared to the rest of the world? What does that look like compared to the stock market? Or, I mean, 2.5 trillion is nothing. Like, look at how much money circulates around the world. Banknotes, government bonds, corporate bonds, commodities, derivatives. Now, I'm not here to talk to you about a $373 XRP or an $11,360 XRP. That stuff, to me personally, is garbage. Like, if you haven't even broken your previous all-time high, you should not be speaking about, triple digits and all of that, right? But what we're talking about here is the amount of money that is circulating around the world. To get your head wrapped around the fact that $2.5 trillion, $2.5 trillion is nothing. The industry is at an infancy. And it's important to wrap your head around that. That's why I'm showing you this. I'm showing you this just to give you an understanding of just how much money circulates around the world. Now, Charles Gasparino did talk about the case on Fox Business and how, Bitcoin and Ethereum have been dragged into it. I'm not going to play it. It's 2 minutes of just him saying, yes, Bitcoin and Ethereum have been dragged into it. Well, sorry, SEC, but they've kind of been dragged into it because this case makes no sense at all. Let's jump into it, Tani. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, we're not going to look too much today here because, to be honest, there hasn't been that much movement, right? We're 0.99% down for the day, almost 1% down. MACD is ever getting closer and closer, right? Small movements, but they are positive movements. And we've got Bitcoin 1.63% up for the day. We've got some of the others which are a little bit higher. We've got Quant today that has gone for a nice run today. And if you haven't seen my Quant videos, do check them out because it's important for you to understand what that over ledger does. We were outside of the Bollinger Band. We've come back inside the Bollinger Band on the hourly. Like I said, every time we get closer and closer to hitting that 80 cents mark, we bounce off of it, and we bounce off of it pretty well. So let's see how that goes. And especially at the time of this going live. But when you look at the 4 hour, you can tell, we haven't had that much happen. Let's be honest. There's not been that much happening. What we're waiting for is for a breakout above or a break down. A break above at the moment looks like a more likely scenario than a breakdown. However, it is Sunday, and that Sunday to Monday, we usually do get a little bit of a sell-off. However, looking at this right now and looking where these indicators are, I think this could be one of those rare Mondays, Sunday nights, Mondays, where the market actually decides to go up instead of go down. But let's have a look at some drawings. If we are to start going up, if that's the case, 88 cents and $1 play a very important part. Because of this particular framework that we've got, we need to break this up and consolidate above it in order to make sure that we are definitely moving upwards. But for now, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at this, and that would be the scenario, obviously to get out of this and get out of this quick. As we move forward, two scenarios that are at play at the moment, which are still very, very valid. If we are to go down before we go up, then we will probably see 67 cents and then springboard up. If it's really, really to go down, then 55 to 53 cents would be the next stop. Now, that there isn't like what we're looking at here. That's not necessarily going to happen. What we're doing right now is we're looking at what are the possible scenarios? Like how is this going to play out? For me personally, as a personal opinion, and it's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm still of intuition that we will have a final drop before we go. I could be wrong. I'll be more than happy to be wrong. But expect prices to drop a little before they go up. That to me makes sense. I don't think we're going to quite see 55 cents because history has shown when we do hit a bottom, the next time we go to retrace, we don't quite retrace down to it. We go close, but not close enough. That to me makes sense. So from here, what happens? Well, once this is all over and we actually finally start to move and really, really gain traction and continue to move, then we will start to explode and really kick off and go towards our targets. Now, what does it look like? What can it look like? And again, we make assumptions. There's no guarantees. The assumptions that we're making at the moment, for me personally, this could be how the current XRP 2021-2022 bull run goes. So we see anywhere up to $24. And then there will be a very, 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 very sharp downturn. What are your thoughts? Let's put that up for debate on where do you see us going. But as far as what the future looks like, as far as on-demand liquidity and everything that this project has to offer now and into the future, we hold a great asset. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.